Hi, everybody. Uh, we've talked a little bit about decimals with our morning work, but starting this week, we are going to start focusing a little bit more on decimals and learning a little bit more about them so that you're ready for that when you get into fourth grade, or excuse me, to fifth grade, because that is something that we had in our next unit. If you remember on the last day that we were there, we had just started with decimals, which was part of what we were measuring with the meters and the centimeters and the decimeters and things like that. So you will see a little bit of decimal work every week from now on. So this looks familiar. This is directly out of your math book. And so we're going to go through a little bit of it, and then you are going to finish it for your assignment for today. And so this is Mrs. Dewey's class, and there are 10 students in the class. And so decimals and fractions are, as you learned in that video, are very closely related. And so we actually say them the same way. But when we have a common fraction, like the fractions that we've talked about, we have the number on top and then a denominator on the bottom. When we have decimal fractions, when we're dealing with decimals, then we have the decimal point and the number to the right of the decimal point. So here it says Mrs. Dewey wrote 0.4 on the board to represent part of this group. Does 0.4 represent the fraction of students who are wearing glasses? And so we can actually say the 4 here is in the tenths place because we have the ones place over here, and then we have the decimal, and then the number to the right of the decimal is called the tenths place. And so 4 tenths, so we'll look at glasses. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 10 students are wearing glasses, so they are 4 tenths of the class that are wearing glasses. Then we're going to look at another group that could be represented by 4 tenths. So if I look at this, I could say that if I look at boys, there's 1 boy, 2 boys, 3 boys, 4 boys. So that would be something else that would be represented by 4 tenths. So if we have the number of students that are wearing glasses, there would be 4. That would be 4 tenths. The decimal would be 0.4, and then the common fraction would be 4 tenths. Now, what your job is to come up with 3 different ways to sort these. So I don't want to see 4 again. So I want you to see maybe how many girls, or maybe how many, what fraction have collars, or what fraction have stripes, or what fraction have anything that you can think of. And then I want you to write that number and then give me just one word that is related to that. So if we had 4, I would have glasses next to it. Or if we would have gone with the boys, I would have boys after it. So that's your job on those. Then on the next page, we're going to look at a common fraction, a decimal fraction, a drawing, and then a number line. We're actually going to skip the drawing because on this, it would be a little bit too difficult to color it in. But actually thinking again, there is something that we could do. So I'm going to go up to the text box here, and I'm going to put my text box in there, and I can go to the end and I can make it smaller. However, in my example here, it's not cooperating with me. So if it works, then you can make it smaller like that. And so common fraction would actually be 1. And now the line here is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to go, before I do my 1, I'm going to do an underline up here. And my things are so small so that you can see this, so it's a little hard to see. So I'm going to do a 1. See, it's underlined. Now I'm going to undo the underline and then enter. See if my computer cooperates here for me. So 1 tenth, because it is in the tenths place, and it didn't. So it underlined,